Well, JB, it is Christmas Eve, and we are in the office. Celebratory. You look like Santa got sick on you this morning.
Yep.
I got the hat, and we are ready to find out what the Bucs want for Christmas.
We actually have the wish list on this episode. Bucs fans, this episode is your Christmas dream come true. We're talking about everything.
From the Stream Center, this is the Rondé Barber Show, sponsored by Advent Health and Renewal by Andersen. Here's your host, JB Buno, and Hall of Famer Rondé Barber.
Well, I'd love to say that the wheels have fallen off, but we felt like that was a long time ago. They're 7-8 and under 500.
The sleigh is out of control.
Right. They're finally trailing the Carolina Panthers. And,
boy.
We saw that coming weeks ago when we said that these next two games weren't going to matter, that they'd have the division wrapped up. But you know what? They're still alive. Even if they're not well, the Bucs are still alive.
A Merry Christmas from all of us here at the Rondé Barber Show. Man, if you are, wherever you're listening from, it's not a very merry time for Bucs fans out there, but we're diving in this episode, Rondé, on everything the Bucs need to do to make the playoffs. We're also going to be talking a little bit about Todd Bowles and some of the things that Bucs fans are saying on social media. We're not going to ignore the chatter out there. If anything, we're going to just attack it and discuss it and break it down. But a lot to talk about for the Bucs, especially with them still having a chance to make the playoffs.
Right. Well, you talk about playoffs. Playoffs technically start Sunday in Miami, right? If this is going to be an epic 50th season, JB, right? This dullish team right now is going to have to win 6 in a row. So, diagnosing what the Bucs need over the next 2 weeks is and what their keys to success is our job today.
Dr. Rondé's in, everybody, to break down exactly what the keys to the Bucs' success are, right,
So
Rondé?
I'm foregoing my jacket because this is emergency surgery. I'm not going to scrub up. I'm just going to go right in, man.
Emergency surgery.
We're on the battlefield right now. I'm doing triage. But here, let's dive into this because there were some good things that came from that game last week. And the previous 2 weeks, losing to the Saints and losing to Atlanta, like I almost refused to watch the film. I didn't watch the Saints film, but I did watch Atlanta. And I watched this film, and I was somewhat encouraged, mostly because on defense, they stayed simple. So, number one, diagnosing and fixing the Bucs on defense. You have to stay simple because they were so many blown assignments and big plays given up in the previous 2 months that it was driving me crazy, right? It sounds like boring, but they played a ton of cover 2 last week, and they made tackles, and there was nobody out of position. There was 2 plays in this game. One, I don't know what we were thinking, calling an all-out blitz with 18 seconds left before the half, putting Jamel Dean on an island, playing from 5 yards. I don't know what you're doing, Jamel. That is not the way you play zero coverage from 5 yards, and then being out of phase and turning to try to find the ball. That's wrong. BMO had a couple of bad snaps late in the game where we could have had a chance to get the ball back. But overall, they played pretty good on defense, minus some pass rush, but they played better than they had been playing. So this week, keep it simple.
Now,
do the simple things well, and then because you're playing a rookie quarterback, right? This week, Quinn Ewers starting for Miami, you'll have a chance to dial up some exotics and confuse them. But you got to play in front of the sticks this week because you have to win. Like 6 games. We got to win 6 games to get to the championship this year. And it has to start this week in Miami, and it has to start by beating up on this rookie quarterback. What are you going to ask?
For new listeners on the program, Rondé several weeks ago was talking about the Bucs defense and imploring Todd Bowles to simplify the defense because it seemed as if there were just way too many defenders just playing out of position.
Right.
So
being in position, but not doing their job well in the positions that they were put in.
And we were texting on Sunday. You were joking that it's almost as if Todd Bowles was listening to this show
because listen to us, Todd.
but you actually liked a little bit more of what you saw, despite the loss. You liked a little bit more of what you saw from the defense on Sunday.
It was basic, like
in a good way.
In a good way. in a very good way. Corners rerouting, corners keeping things in front of them. Like the two plays that beat us or got us beat last week in Atlanta, that would not have happened on Sunday against Carolina. Now you got to give Carolina credit because they won the football game, right? But they had his number, and we gave him a couple of easy throws, and the game turned. All right, number 2. Conversely, on offense.
This is where Bucs fans are really frustrated, Rondé.
Just do a quick self-scout of yourselves, and you'll know why we aren't able to run the ball anymore. It's gotten somewhat predictable what we're doing on offense. And when you have that much talent on the outside, right, you have to open up this offense. I don't care if there's 7 guys in the box, 8 guys in the box, 9 guys in the box. If there is a situation where 13, Mike Evans, is sitting by himself against anybody, throw him the ball. That's all I want. Just throw him the ball. It's like we forgot that we have a dynamic wide receiver room that we wanted all year long that is finally fully intact. So much so that the guy that we've loved all year, Sterling Shepard, was inactive. Right? He's been a crucial piece of the wide receiver room. He was inactive last week because we have the full complement of guys available. J-Mac's back. Obviously, Mike's back. Godwin looks like the Godwin we expect him to be. And Emeka Egbuka really is complementing them. So, like, why we ran the ball or thought that we needed to run the ball 30-plus times to win that game, and I know what the stats say. I'm not an idiot. I know that if Carolina gets run on X number of times, the stats say they're like 1 in 19 or something. And the reason is because they can't score points. Carolina's found a way to win football games. We'll get into that later. But they don't score a lot of points. So teams are able to run the ball and win against them. But you have so much talent, and we need Baker to get hot again, right? Give him an opportunity to get hot, and we just didn't do that. All right, number 3. Okay, and this is a good one because remember earlier in the year, we were all watching Baker get up on a podium and talk about killer instinct, right? And the sentiment was basically that you need your best players to play their best. And if you have all pro players, they have to play like all pros. And that includes Baker. I think he was talking to himself, right? So, look, Tristan, you can't have any pressures, right? Antoine Winfield Jr., you have to be the guy that makes splash plays again. Levante, lead like he's always led this football team. And then Bucky, come on, man. Like, I know that he's still falling himself back into shape here, and he's missed a lot of weeks. But Bucky doesn't look like the same Bucky to me right now. He's got some great burst and see some plays, and you're like, but he's not the Bucky that we've been chanting for the last couple of years. And I just think that I had a Bake hat that I was going to wear today, but it was Christmas, so I decided to do this. I am ready to see Baker Mayfield bake again. He's looked so timid the past couple of weeks. He's unsettled, if you will. I keep trying to find different ways to say the same thing, but I want that magic back, man. That's the only way this team rallies. And I know that a lot of people, there's conjecture out there, was last year, you remember we always say, are you hot or is it your game? Like, is this Baker's game or was last year's Baker's game? You know, some people will say last year was the anomaly and this is who he's supposed to be. But I saw him earlier in the year, and he looked a whole lot like the player that we saw last year. And I would just want that guy to come back. So those are the 3 quick fixes. I have a 4th one that our producer didn't put up here. Keep being conservative on special teams. There is a reason we kick the ball into the end zone every single time against Carolina. Our coverage teams have not been great this year, and they made the decision. We're just not letting them return a ball down to the 50-yard line. Like we'll take 35 instead of 50. So I'm okay with that option because we have not played well in that regard. Now, none of that materialized last week. Obviously, I give Carolina credit. They play close to the vest, dude. And why is Carolina good? I just think they're on a heater right now. To be honest with you, their late season surge past Tampa is somewhat like shocking to me because, again, JB, a couple of weeks ago, I did not see this coming. First of all, I didn't see us losing 7 of 8, but I didn't see Carolina finding ways to win close games. Now, Carolina has they've won 3 in a row and none of them by more than 3 points. Right, or three. They've of their 3 wins because they bounce back and forth.
They're gritty, man.
One loss.
Gritty
All their wins are by 3 points, just like they beat us by 3 points. It's not like they're, dominating competition or whatever. They ping pong wins and losses for 8 straight weeks, right? And the only game they won by more than 3 was against the Jets, and we know what the Jets are. So they are gritty. Look, Bryce is in his last 5 games. Okay. I've been hard on Bryce. I continue to be hard on Bryce because I don't think he's a great quarterback. But he's got 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He hasn't fumbled the ball, which has always been his problem, right? Plus 5 turnover margin over the last 5 weeks. And other than the fumble on the second lateral against the Saints the other week, they haven't turned the ball over, and that's the difference. That's why they're winning. They're really good on special teams. They might be the best team in the league with this new kickoff rule. Like you look at their drive start average for their opponents, and it shows up how they're playing well on special teams. So they're finding ways to survive and win close games, which the Bucs aren't.
I can't believe every week it feels like we're saying the same thing. The Bucs still have a chance to make the playoffs, and of course it's in all likelihood everything's going to point to that Week 18 matchup against the Panthers. At least it's at home at Raymond James Stadium. But of course, first you got to take care of business on the road, but still in the beautiful Sunshine State in Miami against Quinn Ewers and the Dolphins, right. By the way.
By the way, some idiot last week took the Dolphins to beat the Bengals. It was so stupid of me. What am I thinking, man? But in my defense, I wasn't 100% sure that Quinn Ewers was going to start.
Right.
But I thought Cincinnati was just going to lay down. And what was the final score in that game?
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
It was 45 to... Oh my God! Yeah, 45 to 21. Yeah. Quinn Ewers had a whole. Let's see what his stat line was. I didn't even look. 20 of not terrible. 20 of 30, 67% completion, 260 yards. He had 2 interceptions, but I mean,
well, the Bucs don't want to be the team that makes Quinn Ewers look like a competent quarterback.
We better not. We absolutely better. So what you need to do?
What do you got to do?
You got to stop Achane.
That's it.
Achane
might be the best
dude. He might be the best player on a bad team. Like not obviously the Dolphins they went on a run a little bit this year in that 4-game win streak, but it's all him. I mean, he went 3 straight games, maybe 4 games in a row where he had 100+ yards and was. Dominating competition. When they beat Buffalo, remember the 175-yard rushing game he had against Buffalo in the middle of the season when you're like, oh, maybe Miami's not as bad as they were playing. But to me, yeah, that's where it starts, man. He does a little bit of everything for them.
He's averaging 5.8 yards a carry.
Yeah, man.
Leading the league.
Yeah, he's pretty special. Did he make the Pro Bowl?
That's a good question.
I can't remember if he did. I know that list just came out, and congratulations to Tristan and Antoine Winfield, Pro Bowlers again. Yep. Tristan definitely deserves Pro Bowl recognition. I was hoping that Tyke would get some love, but you know how hard it is to make it in these popularity contests that are the Pro Bowl.
That's what it is. It's a pageant. It's a pageant. So what do the Bucs need to do against Miami?
Yeah, Achane didn't make you stop the Pro Bowl running back.
Stopped it. That's it.
Full stop.
You stop Achane and you win the game?
Full stop.
Okay.
You stop him. You make Quinn Ewers, who looked like he looked like a debutante last week. You make him have to drop back and try to beat you, assuming we play very simple defense, no blown coverages. Like, don't make any easy throws for him, right? Like, I know we're not great in the secondary. We got 2 rookies basically starting right now because BMO's starting on the outside and Parrish is starting on the inside. I thought when you give them simple, understandable coverages to play, like, hey, you got this one job, We're not running you into a different position, hoping that you can play half-field safety on this snap and get it right. We got a young secondary. Don't give them a reason to mess up, especially against a rookie quarterback. And I think we'll win this football game. I don't know if Miami's coach is on the hot seat. I don't know how they're feeling about their coach, but this is a game that we can't next week say shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Right? We just can't. This can't be that week.
Bucs are desperate for a win. I like that we just have a simple game plan to winning this game, according to Rondé, which is just stop Achane. That's it. Just stop Achane, come out of Miami with a W, and then look ahead to the Panthers at home. And that brings us to a segment of the show that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to because, all right, Bucs fans on social media are losing their mind. Losing their mind. And already, many of them, Rondé, have already punted on this season and are looking ahead to next season. I know that sounds crazy. Okay, to those Bucs fans out there that have already basically said that the ship has sailed on this season, you say what?
Never, ever, ever give up.
Oh, man. That's
Stole Dickie V.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Can't give up,
all
man.
warm and fuzzy. It's our Christmas episode. All warm and fuzzy inside.
Jason Lights put together a good team. Now, there's some deficiencies, and if he were Santa Claus, Jason would be dipping into his big burly bag to deliver some things for us. What are those things?
Aha. Okay.
By the way, we're all getting coal if we lose one more game.
Right. It's big, fat lumps of coal in the stocking. All right. Welcome to All Bucs Fans Want for Christmas is... All right. So we got 4 items on this list. Bucs fans, let's see if we... you let us know in the comments below how well we nailed this list. What we are trying to do is get into the frame of mind of Bucs fans out there as to what they actually legitimately want for this team as their Christmas wish. If you had one Christmas wish for the Bucs, what would it be? And I know, I know everyone's thinking this one thing, and we'll get to that later. I know what you're thinking, Bucs fans. I know what you're thinking. We will address that elephant in the room. I promise. But Rondé, you and I and Rhett, we put together this list. Let's start with the first item on the Christmas list, which is
a season without injuries.
Oh my goodness. Wouldn't it be nice? Look at some of the players that we have here. We lost Mike to the collarbone, and that, man, we should be talking about the Jerry Rice record about now.
Right.
That would be really nice, but we're not because of us, the collarbone injury, getting robbed of that.
All right.
And some other players here too.
Yeah, Kalijah Cansey, who led us in sacks, led the team in sacks last year. Cody,
I miss Cody.
Right, we miss him and Andersen. Just no continuity on our offensive line this year. Graham Barton looked so good last year. He does not look really good this year. So, yes, we need a season without injuries because it came into this year with so much promise, right? Just all the things that could have been, and almost immediately. When Tristan was out to start the season, we had to, rotate the offensive line, and it's like injuries were the talk. Like from the day one, they were the talk. So, number one on the list, a season where our stars, the guys we expect to play, are actually playing. And I know the NFL is a game of attrition, right? Like, how do you deal with injuries? How do you who's the next man up? Like, I joke all the time, like, you're only as good as that next guy. Like, it's pretty evident that we're not as good as our backups.
We need our guys to be out there, man.
We're just not. So a season without injuries, ding, ding, ding. Bring that first. All right, number 2.
Yeah, dude. All right, this one. When was the last time that we had a star, stud pass rusher?
JPP and Shaq Barrett.
Yeah, those are, yeah.
Right, and look, JPP, we kind of knew what he was. Shaq Barrett, nobody knew what the heck he was. Before he came and started showcasing, he was a situational edge rusher in Denver that looked undersized and wasn't like this grandiose player. And then all of a sudden he came here and he broke our sack record, and he showed all this consistency and all the energy that he brought. It's been a while since we've been able to talk about that, man. It has just not been the same. So yes, number 2, this is like getting the train set that's automatic, and you don't have to put it together, and it's like
just
zooms
goes.
around.
Just goes.
That's
choo-choo.
That would have been my favorite gift when I was a kid, and now this will be my favorite gift as an adult. An elite pass rusher. And where do we get him? So that's the better question. Where does Jason go get him? Find him in the draft. I mean, it's hard to find elite edge rushers in the draft, especially depending on where you're picking, unless you want to move spots, and then then you hope that the guy ends up being who you think he is. So free agency.
I'm glad you bring that up, because when I'm thinking of long-term star pass rusher, I'm thinking of homegrown. And as much as I loved what Shaq and JPP on a Super Bowl winning team brought to the franchise, that was outside help.
Yeah.
When was the last time the Bucs had a long-term star pass rusher that was a Buck and drafted as a Buck? Who's the name?
Red? I don't know. Edge guy?
I mean, an edge guy.
We miss. I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's just start with Bucs sack leaders all time.
Well, Simeon,
came over from Arizona. Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, we haven't drafted a TJ Watt, dude.
No, we
haven't
haven't
drafted a Myles Garrett.
Now it's a name that it's funny. We were just talking about injuries on the previous Christmas wish list item. David Walker never even had a chance.
David Walker.
Now I don't think he was expected to be a star
right.
pass rusher, of course, but like you're also thinking about getting after the quarterback. We don't have that dude.
Yeah.
We just don't have that
Maybe
dude.
it's David Walker. Maybe we'll be having this conversation next year and be like, God, we drafted this great edge guy for the first time in Bucs history. Leroy Selman.
Yes, right. If you go all the way back. All the way back.
The first ever pick.
Adrian Claiborne the edge guy?
Yeah, he was. Adrian AC. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good run with us, but he's not on our all-time sack list, I don't think. I mean, he had a couple of
Gerald McCoy
seasons, interior guy.
I'm just going down the list. So all-time leaders in sacks in Bucs history: Sapp, Rice, McCoy, Shaq Barrett. Which actually it's crazy that Shaq Barrett's up at 4.
Yeah,
Levante David, Vita Vea.
Right.
So
none of those are drafted edge guys. So.
Yep.
To answer the question, maybe we have to go to free agency to find.
Apparently, Jason Light, are you listening? You were our first guest on this show.
Right.
If you're listening, that's a wish list item. All right, what's number 3?
Number 3. Here we go.
Of
course, I gotta
okay.
lockdown.
We were talking about this on the pre-pro call. This one, it's a lockdown cornerback.
We're gonna lose Jamel Dean probably free agency.
Yep.
So who's out there? I mean, there's a lot of guys that could be, but like a true lockdown guy, like a Quinyon Mitchell. Like Philly drafted. By the way, Philly drafted 2 corners same year. Both made the Pro Bowl this year. That is awesome. Like,
man,
who does that? Right? Can we get some of that? Please, find a 2 guys or 1 guy that has the ability to just win when you need them to. Now, I think the draft is probably the best way to go do this, because generally you look at these guys, Isaiah Rodgers right there in the front, and I know Rhett put him in the front because he's a Tampa guy and Rhett's a homer. But yeah, there's guys you get in free agency, but you end up overpaying for them, right? And if they come in and aren't the same guy, and you're just like, why did I do that? So to the same degree that you were talking about homegrown, like drafting a guy. I mean, there's 2 good corners in Tennessee this year. I think there's a good one in LSU. I know Georgia has a corner that could end up being pretty good. But this is high on my list. Obviously, I had to put this in here because there's just been too much inconsistency in our secondary.
And the reason that we added this one to the wish list is because of what Tet McMillan is looking like he is going to be for many years in a Panthers uniform, and with his size, who's gonna. So let me ask you this question:
Drake London
in Atlanta.
Yep.
How comfortable are you with Jacob Parrish lining up opposite a guy like Tet McMillan?
Yeah, the size different.
I mean, no one knows. No one knows about being an undersized corner, staring, looking across at Randy Moss, for example, like Rondé Barber does.
Jacob made a great play on Tet in the end zone last week, like a really good play, playing from the slot too. It was like an inside type play, and great play. But yeah, man, like a guy with length and obviously the ability to stay in phase with a guy that big, but then find the football. Because dude, Ted is. I think last week, and it was probably apropos that he was playing against us. And Emeka Buka was also in that game. The two guys who at the beginning of the year were kind of battling out for Rookie of the Year. I think Ted McMillan solidified Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's pretty awesome, man.
He reminds me of a young Mike. Yeah, he reminds me of a young Mike.
Young Mike. He looks like Drake, but he plays like Mike. He's good, man. What is it? What are his numbers right now? I think he's, if I remember, he's probably. I think he's top 10 in receiving. Dude. Bryce Young is not like a gang breaking type of quarterback, yet this guy, let's find all the receiving stats.
All right, so he's got 65 receptions, 924 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's averaging 14 yards per reception.
Right. That's pretty solid.
Yeah,
there's no other rookie that's even close to that.
And look, to Bucs fans losing their minds, I'm not saying he's going to be the next Mike Evans. He just has a feeling of like a Mike Evans light at this, with his rookie year so far. He's about to hit 1,000 yards on the season. So,
right. Well, so is Emeka. Emeka's right behind him. Now that I'm looking at it, I didn't. Emeka's been so quiet recently.
Very quiet.
He's only 6 or 7 receptions behind in about 15 or 20 yards. So
before we move on to the gargantuan final item on the Christmas wish list that Bucs fans are like, would you just get to the final item on the wish list, please, already? Let me ask you this. Benjamin Morrison was supposed to be that or have the potential to become a cornerback that could rise to the level
He just needs time, dude.
You think so?
Because
BMO looks a little lost out there at the moment.
He does. He just needs some time, man. He needs reps. He needs to feel what it's like to win and lose at this level. He had some good plays last week, but he also gave up a long completion on third down that basically sealed the game, put them in position to kick a field goal that ended up being a winning field goal. So yeah, he's got the skill set. There's no doubt about it. But you guys clean up some things, which, like I said in a couple episodes ago, rookies are going to be rookies, man, and it's not always fun. But he does have the skill set between him and Jacob Parrish and whomever else we go out and find to be in that position. Whether it's Zion has a bounce back year next year, or somebody we draft or get in free agency. But don't count out BMO. I know I'm hard on him because I'm a corner and I get to look at him and see everything that he's doing wrong. Tell him everything that he's doing wrong, from afar. But he'll be okay. He'll be okay.
All right, Bucs fans, you've waited long enough. Yes, on your Christmas wish list, we know that many of you
this is not my wish list.
Want a new head coach. Will the Buccaneers be looking at a head coach vacancy in the offseason? Now, this would have been a blasphemous talk about 2 months ago when the Bucs were off to one of the hottest starts, if not the hottest starts in the NFL, and Baker Mayfield was being mentioned as a potential MVP candidate. But my goodness, when you lose 6 of 7, is that correct? 6 of 7?
6 of 7.
Yeah. That just all of a sudden introduces this conversation. And on social media, not even introduces it, but reintroduces it. So, Rondé.
Absolutely not.
Are we getting a new head coach in the offseason? Okay, if the Bucs lose out, we don't want to entertain that thought, but if that happens and you're losers of 7 of 8 and then 8 of 9.
You really want me to answer that question, don't you?
I do. It's my job to put you in these positions, man.
It's put me in an uncomfortable position.
A little bit,
a prognosticator,
a little bit,
and conject on this subject that nobody wants to talk about. Look, no, we are not in the market for it. We've won 3 straight division titles, dude.
You're saying. Hold on. You're saying that if the Bucs lose out,
I get the feeling that the change is not coming. Change is coming for a lot of teams, but I don't.
As far as hot seats, what you're saying is that Todd Bowles is sitting on a seat of ice.
I can't say that. I'd say his seat's probably a little uncomfortable, but it ain't hot.
Okay, so it's lukewarm, tingly. Tingly?
It's not. No.
Okay, because Bucs fans on social media have been clamoring for a offensive-minded head coach.
Oh God. It's
And
one of these three guys.
One of these. Okay,
One
so
of these
that's
three
Clint
dudes right
Kubiak,
here?
Grant Udinski, and Mike LaFleur, all who have been rumored to be potentially in the conversation. Because with the league being offensive-minded these days, these are the guys that can have the chance to be the next Sean McVay or the next.
I'm 100% convinced none of those three guys right there are your next Liam Cohen. They are not. They're just not. They're not ready to be that guy. And Liam is like maniacal, dude. Like these guys aren't like that. Like it's different to have like the mind to be an offensive coach, but then get in front of 53 guys and put a vision together. These guys ain't Ben Johnson. Look at what Ben Johnson did. Look how long it took him to get to the position he got to. Careful what you wish for is all I'm saying with these young guys that seem hot.
Right, because everyone sees what Ben Johnson's doing in Chicago, and they see what Liam Cohen's doing in Jacksonville. By the way, Jacksonville's in contention for the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Bears are as far the turnaround team in the league.
Yeah, made the playoffs. They're in the playoffs.
They're in.
Yeah.
So Bucs fans are saying, can we get a little bit of that? But you're saying you're pretty. Where is your level of confidence that Todd Bowles is back next season?
Pretty high. Pretty high. I'll leave it at that. Pretty high.
Well,
I could be dead ass wrong, but it's pretty high. Who are you going to get? Like literally, you going to get one of those guys?
According to producer Redfield Jr., those three guys on the screen are possibilities.
Guys? And what does that look like for a young defensive team, a veteran offensive team, and a team that's really still like trying to build, right? Like we get all up in a pinch, but it's hard to win in the NFL. I mean, just go look at all the games from last week. I mean, Pittsburgh won and got a step closer to getting to the winning their division, which is also a division like ours, by the way, right? Two or 3 weeks ago, everybody and their mother was clamoring to fire Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. He's only ever won in Pittsburgh, and they're clamoring to fire the dude, right? How quickly that narrative changed in the past 2 or 3 weeks, right? If we get to the playoffs, we win these next 2 games, which I'm fully expecting us to do.
Let's go.
We won't even be talking about Todd Bowles and his job security. Now, Joel or Brian or Ed Glazer called me up today and said, "Hey, dude, you're wrong. We're gonna fire him." Like I'll be like, "Yep." Hey, JB, they're gonna fire him. I have not gotten that call, so I don't think I don't think we're even anywhere near the position where Jason's gonna have to change the head coaches.
Well, head coaches are certainly going to be moving around a little bit in the NFL in the offseason. The Rondé Barber Show will be back with that right after this.
You're watching the Rondé Barber Show, sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, superior products, exceptional service, and by Advent Health, the exclusive hospital of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, here's NFL Hall of Famer Rondé Barber. And a guy who still watches the Pro Bowl, JB Muno.
I'm the one guy who doesn't watch. You got it wrong, announcer man. I can't stand the Pro Bowl.
Oh my God.
That one's wrong. Wow. Everything else he's been right about with all the other stuff. Me being I can't even remember all the insults.
Right. They're not insults. They're insights into your.
So what you're saying is that they're factual.
Right.
Welcome back to the Rondé Barber Show. Merry Christmas from all of us here at WFLA.
When you go start commenting on social after the Pro Bowl, I'm going to be like, see?
Right. The guy was right. The freaking Pro Bowl. Right. Welcome back. Real quick. There are going to be some jobs open around the league.
Sure.
Head coaching jobs. I think so. Giants job's going to undoubtedly be open. The Tennessee job undoubtedly be open. I mean, this is a weird year for head coaches in the NFL, right?
I agree, man. Because you know why? Because there's a lot of disappointing teams. There always is. Like teams that come with expectations, and like us, like we came in with expectations. So when we don't meet those expectations, or when we completely fall off the map, like we have the last 8 weeks of the season, you start figuring, hey, it's time for a coaching change, right? Every year, and this is the time of year it happens. Like you just start getting these lists, and so we have our list too. So for sure, I think because it's time for a couple of franchises. The Bengals, I think, is probably number one.
A fresh start.
Fresh start. They've been there. They went to the Super Bowl in 17.
No, not that.
What's that?
21.
21. Yeah, 21. 21, and it doesn't feel like they've made any progress since then. Now, constantly hurt franchise quarterback somewhat hampers that.
A disgruntled, constantly hurt franchise quarterback.
Yes, you could tell that like there's not all's good with inside the doors. The Browns, I mean, geez, I feel sorry for Stefanski.
Yeah, I think that's a rough go,
man. It's just tough. I mean, they're in the same division, and it's they're afterthought every single year. It's always it's just the.
I also too feel bad for Stefanski. I don't think he's a bad head coach.
I don't either. I think he's a really good head coach. Having to deal with all the quarterback issues that he's had to. I mean, he just had to come out yesterday and say that Deshaun Watson will not be active this year. I mean, come on, man. Like, are we talking about Deshaun Watson right now?
Yeah, that's how bad it's been for the Browns on offense.
Right. Cardinals, right? Probably. A
lot of uncertainty there in Arizona.
Dolphins, complete uncertainty. They've already fired their general manager.
And then Vegas.
Right. And then then there's a couple that I like are what the heck is going on?
What's up with the Raiders?
The Raiders. So here are 3 or 4 that I think could be So the Bills, right? Are they ready to move on from Sean? They just can't seem to get there. Right.
It's like you understand that McDermott's a good head coach, but is he a great head coach?
Is he one that's going to get him to the Super Bowl? Right. Like we'll talk about that because we're going to take a quick look at the AFC East here in a second. The Ravens, right? Harbaugh. I mean, is it time for Harbaugh to move on? Same conversation you could be having about
one bad season. We move on from perhaps the greatest head coach in franchise history.
With the Ravens, I mean, they have Bill Billick, but yeah, and I think Harbaugh surpassed him as the greatest coach. In history. And it might be maybe he's ready for something else, right? He's been there for a long time, man.
And you know what I couldn't believe? I think is he 70?
Is he?
Or no.
Or he's got to be like 60.
Man, okay. Oh no, I'm getting Jim and John mixed up.
Right.
John is getting up there in age. John, by the way, I don't think ages. I think John Harbaugh looks great for his age. He is 63. That was it. John Harbaugh is 63 years old. I don't think he looks 63. Right. I don't know what he's drinking, but anyway.
Raiders, we already mentioned. Is Pete going to be one and done? Like, dude, right now, you could make arguments for all of these. The Falcons, is Arthur going to fire Raheem? Like,
your guy.
I mean, you going to give Michael Penix another year to try to figure it out? Like, I mean, they've won a couple of games here. They beat us. They won last week against somebody. And like, you just don't know what ownership is thinking. In this time of year, you always say, oh, well, there's a couple of jobs. And next thing you know, there's like 8 jobs. Right? But the problem is
the Monday after the Super Bowl. It's
right.
Just
the problem is
Black Monday.
Black Monday. The problem is you have to fill all those jobs, and I don't think there's a whole.
Where are the candidates this year? It's not like last year where there were candidates. It looks like lining up. Yeah,
there's a bunch of retreads out there.
I'm going to ask Rhett though. Rhett, please go back to the graphic that you had up because I want to address this. I know we're over on time. But we got to bring this up. I want to because we've got to talk about our guy here. Okay, this guy. Does John Gruden get another chance?
Oh, my God.
Let me ask you the crazy question. Does John Gruden ever get considered? Okay, let's say that you're wrong. Mm-hmm. Let's say that you're wrong about Todd Bowles, and let's say that all the Bucs fans that are losing their minds on social media, calling for Todd's job, they get their Christmas wish. Their Christmas wish comes true, and Todd Bowles is no longer the head football coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Does John Gruden even get a phone call? Does he even get mentioned on the big board in the room as a coaching candidate for the Bucs in the future?
No, I would think so. I mean, look. We're not the Raiders, right? The Raiders notoriously fire coaches, bring them back in the day. I'm like, Rhett's too young to remember this, but like I was around when they would fire, whomever, and then like 2 years later, he's like, oh, he's back as the coach of the Raiders. No. That will not happen.
Does John get a look at other teams around the league?
He says he's
suing the league. He's suing the league now.
Well, who knows what that process is? But he says he wants to coach, right? And he easily could have had his pick of college jobs this year, I think.
Sure.
Right? He didn't. I don't think he engaged in any of it. I mean, he likes Barstool Gruden. Who doesn't like Barstool Gruden?
He's a content creator these days, man.
And he's really
one
good.
of us. He's one of us.
Hey, man. He thrives at it. Like he gets all excited. Like, could he come back and coach? Sure. I mean, he still pays attention to it. I do know this. He still watches a ton of film. He still breaks down offenses and defense the same way he did when he was coaching. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not putting that out there. I don't think he's coaching here
Because there's a lot of folks out there who think that John belongs in the NFL and want them on his because he's an offensive guy. And
well, now that like he got screwed. He belongs in the NFL. He's a good football coach.
Well, John, we love you here in Tampa, man. You know that, and it would be great to see him with a headset on the sidelines for whether it's at the pro level or college. It would be great to see John Gruden back where he belongs, which is
right.
on the sideline.
All right, let's take a trip around the East division.
Let's look, because we've been talking about various divisions over the last several episodes of the Rondé Barber Show, and this week we are going to hone in on the East Coast, man. We're going East Coast.
Right.
Where are we starting, Rhett? We're going to start with AFC? AFC East. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, got to start with the Pats, man. Look, at Vrabel, I mean, this is a changing of the guard type of season, right, in the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Vrabel is probably going to be coach of the year. I mean, Liam Cohen might sneak up and do it too, but I think Vrabel's coach of the year. I mean, this team was nowhere near what they were a year ago. With him and Josh McDaniel doing what they're doing for Drake May, I mean, that alone, right, just tells you how far this team has come in a year. The coaching matters, man. Like, it matters. Like, all they got to do is finish, right? They win one more game, and I think they win the division. Correct? Is that right? I think that's how they need to finish. And they lost a heck of a game the other night, the other day. But
yes, they are one win away.
One win away, right?
And they haven't lost on the road.
And they haven't lost on the road. Exactly.
Amazing.
Right. Now, the team we were just talking about, the Bills, like, look, this team plays with fire, right? They have two good players, really good players, Allen and Cook.
James Cook.
Right. But they're out. I mean, they almost lost to the Browns last week, right? Like, I don't know what this team is. Like, those generational type players, both of them, for their franchise, and they'll make the playoffs, of course, but like, will they do anything? And ask that question I was asking earlier. Is it time? Is it time? Right? Is it time? Is this team even ready to make that next step? Which this doesn't feel like the year. Years past, it's felt like the year where they were going to get over the hump. And this year, they don't even have the Chiefs to worry about.
That's what I'm saying. For Bills fans, I am so sorry to Bills fans out there.
Right.
You don't have Mahomes.
Right.
You don't have Lamar Jackson in your way. You don't even have Joe Burrow in your way.
Right.
We always talk about the top four quarterbacks in this league being Allen, Burrow, Mahomes, and Jackson. One of them is making the playoffs.
One of them is making the playoffs. Right.
And you would imagine.
And this doesn't feel like the team that could do. I mean, can they do it? Yes, because Josh Allen can absolutely put a team on his back and freaking carry them to wherever they want to go.
It's cruel. So, for Bills fans, it's cruel because this is the year where there's no one in your way except now the young upstart, Drake May. Right. Anyway,
right. So Dolphins, major disappointment. Fired their GM already. Lost Tyreek. They were the laughing stock for a large part of the season. Even though they've come back, they've turned it around. They won 4 in a row, but then they benched Tua. So it's like, what is this? They just need to find a way to get this season over with, and hopefully find a way to lose to the Bucs this weekend. Jets, new head coach. Right.
Aaron Glenn one and done?
Yeah. No, he won't be one and done. I mean, he was forced to start Justin Fields at quarterback. And great athlete Justin Fields is, but holy cow, man. If they had any kind of signal caller, just competent dude who could get the ball to Garrett, like, they might be really good.
Are you aware of the stat that's making the rounds on social media about the Jets right now? Okay, are you aware of this? Because if I'm breaking this to you on this show, this is going to blow your mind about the Jets. That goes to show just how inept the Jets are, and also too just a team of cruel fate. The Jets don't have an interception this season.
Oh yeah, God, man.
0 INTs this season.
Impossible.
That's statistically like that's an anomaly
Yes.
that quite literally cannot be possible.
Right. Right.
Just because of the basics of a tip drill. I mean, you would imagine that a ball would eventually fall into a defender's lap
Right.
wearing green.
Right. Oh, man, that's not good. I mean, they traded away some of their players, but Sauce doesn't take the ball away anyways. But
Right.
Geez, man.
If they finish without an INT,
I don't think I knew that.
it's one of the.
Oh, my God.
I mean, can you, Rhonda? You're as a corner. Can you imagine?
No, you fall into one or two. Individuals, players just fall into one or two a year.
Linemen
Right.
will occasionally, pluck a ball out of the sky.
my
I mean,
God.
to not have any,
Oh, my God.
unreal.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in the NFC East.
All right. The most boring division in football, the NFC East.
Yeah.
The Eagles won this thing by default, right? They're I mean, obviously they're good, right? They won the Super Bowl last year. Jalen Hurts taking under a lot of stress and pressure. People saying he can't play, but look, all he does is win football games. The question about them is where's Saquon been, right? The defense is always going to be good. They got good players on defense. I think they got 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers on defense this year. But their formula is what it is: play tight defense, run the football. Find a way to get A.J. Brown a couple of one-on-one looks and just throw it up to him.
Rondé, they're 10-5 without Saquon being Saquon.
Yes, exactly.
That's scary, man.
Exactly right.
Scary.
And all they have to do is get hot in the playoffs. Find a way to get him going. Their offensive line is not what it was. They've had some injuries up there, and they moved on some people. But they easily won this division. The Cowboys, I don't know what we expected. Dak is really good. They have a really good wide receiver room with George, sometimes Pickens, and CD. But their defense is horrendous. Horrendous. Like, imagine being a Cowboys fan. Like, we're Bucs fans. We like to argue and
Complain,
lament and complain about our defense. Yeah. Imagine being the Cowboys.
Yeah,
watching them with a quarterback that is what is Dak? Dak's like he's top 3 or 4 passing quarterback in the league.
Sure. He just made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. He's second in the league in passing yards behind Matthew Stafford. So one-sided.
Right? I mean, earning that money, that paycheck, no doubt.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they've been relevant, man. I know Shoddy's first year. I like Brian Schottenheimer.
If you're Washington, it's just waiting for Jaden to get back.
Right. Jaden's supposed to be, he's going to be a reckoning this year. Yeah, I think they overplayed. They overperformed last year. Defense is good, but it's Swiss cheese at times too. Like I love Bobby Wagner. It's time for him to give it up. He's done. He just can't move anymore. And I know Dan Quinn's a great coach. They won't quit on him, but that they are what they are. And the Giants, look, they drafted their quarterback. They got good players. Right? They got decent players on defense too.
They just need a coach.
They just need somebody to coach them well. Right? They're building a team, which I think is probably why they haven't fired their GM yet, because they built a good team with good players that just are not performing. So that's it. All right, that brings us to the pick 6.
Ooh, the pick 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm losing ground. I am losing ground.
Oh man, that's a handsome fellow there on the left.
Yeah.
Handsome.
That's an angry fellow there on the right.
28-17. I got now a 2-game lead with 2 weeks to go. Do we continue the pick 6, by the way, into the playoffs? We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah.
Does it end with the regular season, or
we gotta keep going? I need to find a way to come back.
Ronnie needs some runway to catch up.
Runway, man.
Who
else did I pick last week? I picked Miami, which was stupid.
No, but you nailed one pick.
What? No. Who was it? I can't remember.
Cue the Jeopardy music.
Yes. All I got to do is look at my text to you, Rhett, because it's the only thing I text you is my picks. Yeah. Oh, the Vikings. Right. And that was almost not. They almost didn't win that one. That was the game I said I needed just to get a point, and I almost did do it. All right, I'm going first this week.
Go for it.
Here we go.
All right.
So
favorite underdog and Bucs game.
Favorite is the Steelers over the Browns. Again, I'm trying to take a layup here, but I know the Browns play great defense, but I'm trying to take a layup. I need the Steelers to finish this thing off. All right, the Steelers play the Browns. I do think Myles Garrett breaks the sack record.
Let's go. I'm rooting for it, man.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Aaron Rodgers cannot move, so I think if he gets anywhere close to him, he's going down. But congratulations, Mike T. Third youngest coach to hit 200 wins, which is awesome. He's 11th overall to do it. The two younger ones, Don Shula and Curly Lambeau. How about that? Now, despite DK's suspension,
Yeah.
we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go
yeah,
there. I still think they find a way. Kenneth Gainwell might be my favorite player in the NFL this year. Watching him play is awesome. Did we decide if TJ's coming back? Is he available? What's his status? So, anyways, I'm taking the Steelers. All right, Texans over the Chargers. This is my dog.
They're hopeful for TJ Watt to be back out there.
Quietly, the Texans Chargers game is going to be the game of the weekend. I think
so.
Yeah.
It's got all the makings of it.
I cannot wait to watch two youngest quarterbacks. Kind of like finding their stride. But like Houston, they are coached so well. D'Amico is a winner, man. He finds ways to make any team good. All right, and finally, at this point, I'm just gonna die by the gun that I brought.
Let's go.
So, I'm taking the Bucs.
All right, Buck 5, Bert.
Look at me, just like you last week. I'm taking all road teams.
Road teams for Ronde. All right, me. Let's just get the favorite out of the way and get it out of the way early. I don't know how it's like. It's 2.5 or 3 points, whatever it is, but. Packers are going to beat the Ravens.
Yeah, they're dysfunctional.
Ravens, just stick a fork in them. They're done. Moving on.
They get dysfunctional.
Yep. My dog this week.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, I think the Cowboys are done too.
Wow.
I think the Cowboys are done. Give me the Commanders on Christmas Day. I like Marcus Mariota as one of the underrated backup quarterbacks in the league. I do. I think he's serviceable, and I think that defense finds a way.
There you go.
All you got to do if you are the Commanders is shut down George Pickens, and I feel like you're going to have a day.
Okay.
And Bucks. Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. I'm staying on the train, too. We got to be optimists here on the Rondé Barber Show.
By the way, 3 games on Christmas Day. The NFL takeover is complete.
Are you more excited for the games or Stranger Things?
Well, so here we go. Here we go. Brilliant move here, Netflix. You have the 1 o'clock game. You have the 4 o'clock game on Netflix. And then there's an 8:15 game, which is Broncos Chiefs that nobody cares about. And that starts at 8:15. Stranger Things is going to drop at 8.
Oh, man.
People are going to be on Netflix for like 12 hours.
Let's go. I'm excited for Stranger Things. It's going to be awesome. The Rondé Barber Show will be back with Ask Rondé right after this.
It's time for you to Ask Rondé, sponsored by Advent Health and Renewal by Andersen.
Just a few minutes left in this week's Christmas edition of the Rondé Barber Show. Yeah,
thanks for lending me your hat, JB.
Oh, man.
So nobody thought I would come in wearing this hat.
You're looking good, Rondé.
I didn't wear the Rondé Barber hat for the first time, just for you, JB, on Christmas.
All right, so funny story real quick. So when you were at Thursday Night Football and we were fielding literally right outside Raymond James Stadium, 40 feet from the stadium property, we had all these people come up to our booth at WFLA to meet you and then to go over and ask a question.
Right.
So many people came that a lot of them didn't even give their name. They just grabbed a microphone and just said, Rondé, here's my question. So here is unnamed guy number 1.
My question to Rondé is, back in the day, if you could grab a beer with any of the guys, you got to pick one, who's it going to be? Brooks, Lynch, Sapp, or someone I'm not mentioning around that time period. So who's going to be?
Back in the day? Like, I did that.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I had beers with them. But
so who's the guy you would get who's your drinking buddy?
Allstott, without a doubt. Wow. John was fun to drink with. He would get on bars and start singing God Bless America. It's epic stuff. He probably doesn't want me to tell you that now that he's general manager of the San Francisco 49ers. But, yeah, we had some days, man. we had some days.
Awesome. Yeah. Who would be, of all your teammates, who's your go-to karaoke singer?
Karaoke. Ooh, that's a good one.
Who's going to nail it at karaoke?
I'm going to say probably Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson on the karaoke.
Yeah, Brad's sharp. He would remember lyrics to songs. He wouldn't need the, he wouldn't need the screen to read off of. Yeah, I could see Brad.
Now you like a more of a beer pong or flip cup kind of player who like I know you weren't playing that a ton in the day probably. But
I'm definitely beer pong.
Okay, so who's your beer pong partner from your Bucs days?
Beer pong partner. Let's see, Sap.
Sap. Oh man, Sap and Barber on beer pong. I'd be terrified.
Yeah,
I'd
be talking trash the whole time. Be fun.
And then back to All-Star. You pick All-Star. Why?
It's my dude, man. We go way back. We've had some good times, some bad times, some sad times, some great times. He's just my guy. We relate.
How often you guys chatting these days, man?
Pretty. When we see each other, we don't. We're not like call up, hey, how you doing? But like, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday.
Yep.
We see each other at almost every game because we're at games together. So yeah, it's my guy, man.
That's your dude.
It's my guy. And
this week on the Rondé Barber Show, we only have a handful of prizes left.
Let's see, right? I've only signed so much. What else?
Yeah. So we're coming down to the final items here.
All right, what do we got? Yeah, there's only like five blue stickers.
Is the jersey still in there?
The jersey might be in there.
I think the jersey is still up for grabs.
All right, here we go. Hall of Fame T-shirt to our winner.
Okay, Hall of Fame
signed it, and it is David Newsome.
David
Newsome. Congrats, my friend.
We will be in touch, provided you live in the Tampa Bay area. We will be in touch to get you your Hall of Fame T-shirt signed by number 20 himself, NFL legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and the host of the Rondé Barber Show, Mr. Rondé Barber. Rondé,
Merry times, JB. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and your family, man.
Thanks for coming in and doing my show with me.
Yeah,
on Christmas, while everybody else is doing, sleeping in and shopping.
Here on Christmas Eve. To everybody who listens into the show, we love you guys, man. Merry Christmas to all of you. It's been an absolute, just incredible year. We have so much more in the new year. We'll make a fun announcement next week in regards to the Rondé Barber Show and where things head from. That's a bit of a teaser, but we got some cool stuff on the way that we've been cooking up here at WFLA with Rondé here, and it's going to be a fun ride, my friend. Really, indeed. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
And to everybody watching, we appreciate you listening and watching the Rondé Barber Show.